guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. So in today's video I'm going to be trying out this new acrylic brush from Dashboard Beauty and giving my thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it really quick before the video. I've actually tried some of their drill bits before and they just came out with these acrylic brushes, so I was really excited to try it out. So this is what it looks like. It has a white handle and this is a size 10. They actually come in two different sizes, but I got the 10 because they said it runs slightly bigger and I was afraid the 12 was going to be too big. And as you can see, the brush comes with like this little kind of like packing glue on it. And one thing I want to let you guys know, you never want to like use your fingers to remove that because you can actually permanently damage your brush like that. Trust me, I know because I've done it to quite a few. Watching other people's videos where they like just picked it apart with their fingers, but I ruined my brushes like that. So what you want to do is take a little bit of monomer and just like dip your brush in it and kind of like burp your brush, like spread the bristles out, and do that a couple times and the glue will come off on its own, and also softens the hairs. You want to make sure you keep the hairs soft and together. And I kind of just like to soak my brand new brushes in monomer for like 5 minutes, and I don't recommend touching the brush with your fingers with monomer, but yeah, it doesn't bother me, but you can possibly get a reaction. But soak it for like 5 minutes and the brush should be wet enough to use it. And this is what it looks like after soaking for 5 minutes. As you can see, it's nice and flat. I do prefer my brushes to be a little bit flatter than this, but this one is pretty okay. I do prefer them to be a little more flat. They do kind of come like pre-pinched, but you can always like, you know, take some pliers or whatever if you want them flatter. But yeah, I'm going to be doing the design today on my practice hand. I did go ahead and prep it off camera and applied some tips and shaped them up. I'll also be showing like some filing in this video if you're like curious on how I shape my tips and everything like that. But I did go ahead and apply a dehydrator and primer to the nails after prepping them. I kind of like treat it like a real person, so I do like mainly all the steps that I would do on myself on the practice hand. Yeah, you never want to like skip that step, obviously, if you're doing it on yourself, because the dehydrator is good so that, you know, you don't have oils on your nails, which would cause a lifting, and the primer gives that acrylic something to grip onto. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a Kawaii set today. I mean, like, who doesn't love Kawaii? I could just never get enough of it. So yeah, I'm doing that type of set today, and I'm using this glitter mix called Land of Make Believe. I got this like a really long time ago. I'm not sure if it's still available, but I'll take a look. So yeah, I'm using that. You can actually mix this kind of glitter with acrylic, but I didn't mix it. I'm just using like the raw glitter and picking up really small beads of clear acrylic and then dipping it into the glitter and placing it on the nail. I am working with the acrylic slightly wetter than I normally do, so I have enough time to like, you know, move the glitters around on the nail. Not saying that they have to be perfectly placed or anything, but you know, just make it look good and like presentable. Like sometimes I don't really like when certain shapes are like upside down because it looks a little weird, if you know what I mean. So try to like, you know, move the glitters around and position them so that they look, you know, nice or whatever. I don't really know how to explain it, but you get what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this glitter literally has like every piece of type of glitter you could think of in it. Like there's a bunch of different things like butterflies, little circles, unicorns, flowers, everything. Like it's kawaii overload, okay? And that's exactly how I wanted this set to look. So yeah, I'm basically just doing that on every nail, and I'm gonna be just thinking of things as I go along. So I'm just gonna be adding stuff here and there. Like I really didn't know where I was going with this, but I do like the way they turned out. So now I'm gonna be kind of like doing an ombre, but I'm taking some clear acrylic and some white acrylic. I'm using both Mia Secret, and I'm picking up a small bead of the clear and then dipping it into the white. Kind of like how you would do for a marble, and placing that up by the cuticle area and kind of just like, you know, patting it around and then fading it down into the glitter like how you would with an ombre, but it's kind of like a marbly white color. And originally I was just gonna leave the nails like this, but then I figured no, that is just too plain for me. You guys know I'm like extra, so you'll see me adding in more stuff as I go along. So now I'm going to be taking some of this like really fine neon pink glitter. It's kind of like a little bit iridescent, and I wanted to lightly brush that over the nails because even though there was already enough glitter on the nails, believe me, I know that, I don't know, it was just looking like a little, I don't know, dull or something. So I wanted to like brighten it up and, I don't know, give the nails some life, you know, I don't know. So I'm taking this light pink acrylic called Queen Pink from Jasmine Torres Nails, taking a very small bead of that and dipping it into the pink glitter and lightly brushing it over like all of that glitter I put on the tip of the nail, working with the acrylic wetter so that I have enough time to brush the glitter out. You don't want to go in with a dry bead when doing this, because if your bead is too dry, that clump of glitter is going to get stuck like on top of all that glitter and cover it up. And my intention is not to cover up all that glitter. It's just to kind of give the nails, in a way, like a little hint of that pink glitter in the background of all of that other like crazy glitter that we have going on. So yeah, you want to make sure you do that and just like brush it out. It was kind of getting stuck inside of the rings, so I kind of had to like take that off with my brush. But yeah, so far the brush at this point was working really good. It was staying together and it was working really fine. I really like it. Do I think it would replace my brush that I normally use? Probably not, because I'm like, you know, set on my brush because it stays really flat, but it is a nice brush. Anyways, as if the nails weren't kawaii enough as it is, I did want to go ahead and just add one more little touch to the nails. So I'm going to be doing kind of like a little kind of colorful like stripe going across the nails on the ring finger and the pointer finger. I just felt like it added something to the nails and made it look more kawaii and colorful. I was kind of inspired by like those little swirls I've been seeing people doing on the nails lately. So I kind of wanted to like not really do that with acrylic, but just, I don't know, kind of do something going across the nail. So I'm using a really lime green color called Laser Beam from Gelée, if that's how you say it, Geely, I really don't know. And I'm also using a pink color called Cherry Blossoms from Sugar and Cream, and then a baby blue shade called Hydrangea that's also from Sugar and Cream. And I'm picking up tiny small beads of each color and kind of just placing them on the nail going across and just adding in a little bit of acrylic as I go. I didn't want to make them too thick like the stripes or whatever, so I was adding in acrylic little by little just to be on the safe side. But I really think it just did something for the nails, especially after I put like the kawaii charms on them. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and encapsulate all the nails with the same clear acrylic. At this point, the brush was sort of like separating a little bit, like the belly of the brush, but it could be because my brush was like a little bit kind of like gunked up from like all the glitters and stuff that I was using. But that's just like something to keep in mind. So yeah, I'm doing my usual 3-bead method that I always do when I encapsulate or whatever, or when I build up the nails with acrylic. So I'm starting with the first bead like right under the smile line, and that's gonna build the structure of like the free edge of your nail. And the second bead that I apply is usually right at the smile line, and that's gonna build like the bottom half of your apex. And my third bead is by the cuticle, which is going to like further build up the apex. And I do add in acrylic like if I see that I need to. Like I just added in a little bead right at the tip of the nail because the glitter wasn't really covered that great. And when I do go in with my cuticle bead, I kind of like drain the liquid out of it a little bit, just so that it's not like running into the cuticles. If you're having like trouble, you know, with your beads being too wet, that helps just to drain it out like a little bit. I did want to jump on here and show you guys that one of the hairs from the brush did become a little bit loose. So that's just something to think about. It was like hanging out, so I just like kind of picked it out because it was kind of like affecting my application or whatever. That does happen with like a lot of acrylic brushes. It does happen with the ones that I have already. So I'm not really too worried about that. Do I really expect it to happen when I first use it, like on my first time using the acrylic brush? Not really. Like things like that usually happen, you know, after using them for a while. So that is just something to like keep in mind. That was the only hair that I did find that was like loose. Just wanted to let you guys know that. But now I'm gonna go ahead and start shaping up the nails. I'm using a medium grit ceramic drill bit. It's like a safety bit to debulk the nails. I always go in and debulk the nails first before I do my shaping. I like to do that and then do my shaping last, just because I feel like my shape comes out a lot better that way. So I'm basically just smoothing the nails out. This nail came out a little bit awkward, like the apex was a little bit higher than the rest of the nails. I had an issue with the nail on this part coming off, like the actual nail that I put on the practice hand. So the nail, it was a little wonky to work with, so I had to like file it a little more than the other nails. But yeah, I'm basically just like smoothing over the nail and just like tapering the sides in like I normally do, just to like redefine the shape. Now I'm going to take my hand file. I'm using a 100 or 180 grit to shape up the nails. I'm doing a tapered square shape, so I'm holding my file straight and I'm filing like that a couple times on each side to get like a lot of the bulk off of the nails, like in the middle of the nail. You want to always do that first so you don't have like that wide look in the middle of your nail. And then I'm going to angle my file in and slightly, you know, file in the tip of the nail, but not too much because I don't want the tip to be too narrow, because then the nails would be considered coffin shape. I'm doing a tapered square, so I'm only gonna like file a little bit. Of course, the more narrow you want your tip, the more you would file in the tip. And I do go over the nail just if I feel like I need to like file any more, if I didn't catch it with the drill, to further like define the shape. After that, I do buff the nails. And to finish everything up, I'm just gonna top coat all of the nails with this To Be Glam top gel, and I'm gonna be placing some bling into the top gel. If you're gonna do like a design like this on yourself, obviously use something stronger. To apply the bigger stones, I'm gonna be using clear polygel. You can also use clear acrylic, whatever you have. Polygel was just like right there and it was faster for me. With bigger stones, you want to use something that's going to give it a stronger hold so that they stay on your nails longer. And I'm also top coating underneath the nails so that they look super clear. With nails like this with a glassy tip or like jelly nails, you always want to do that so that you mask like any imperfections underneath the nail. But yeah, other than that, I cure the nails for 60 seconds when I'm done. And that is pretty much it. I hope you guys like this set. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any videos. I post nail tutorials and reviews every week, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell because sometimes YouTube doesn't notify people when I post a video. And if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do that because I also post about my upcoming tutorials on there as well. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you guys.